What is going on, Halo fans? My name is Luke the Notable, and in this video I'm going to be going over my predictions for nerfs and buffs for Halo Wars 2. Now right before I get on with this, just because a unit is strong does not mean it deserves a nerf, and just because a unit is weak does not mean it deserves a buff. These units are on my list because I think that they either need to be lowered in power because they are too strong at their current level, or they aren't powerful enough at their current level and need to see more usage, and a power boost can give them that. So we're going to talk about nerfs first, and first up on the list is Hellbringers. A couple days ago I uploaded a video of the Hellbringer rush, and holy shit, I did not know the Pandora's box that I opened with this thing. Hellbringers are insane. They're classified as anti-infantry units, they are flamethrowers, but they are good against vehicles, they are good against buildings, pretty much everything but air, which they can attack. And I'm telling you, if they could shoot their flamethrower at air units, they would destroy those too. These things definitely need to see a nerf. For sure, they need to either be the next tech level up, more supplies, or more energy. The only other thing on my list are high-level leader powers. I feel like you just get a little bit too much damage out of these things. They either need to cost more or do less damage, in my opinion. See here, I was able to destroy an enemy base with like one big laser. So there's going to be a lot more stuff on my buff list. I believe that Halo Wars 2 underpowered a lot of different units. I don't know why, but they did. So the first one on our list is the Jackrabbits and Choppers. These things are completely underpowered. I've tried to make a Jackrabbit rush work, but it just doesn't work. One thing you can do to buff them, and I think will really help them out, is start them out with a gun. Start them out with some sort of way of attacking. This is going to help them out a lot. Right now you have to get to second tech just to upgrade their gun, which is really damn hard. I've also noticed that because the scouts in this game are really pretty much terrible, you don't see a lot of scouting happening, which was something that was always happening in Halo Wars 1. I think adding a gun to these units would really help. Next on my list is the leaders. Now, these things feel completely underpowered, especially when compared to Halo Wars 1. Now, the leaders in Halo Wars 1 were pretty much overpowered compared to any other unit, but the leaders in Halo Wars 2 are so underpowered it's almost not really worth using them. I would say the only useful aspect of them is Jerome's ability to board units, but the chieftain is almost completely useless. We also have garrisons. I almost forgot that garrisons were in this game. It's just the places that you can put your infantry. Now in Halo Wars 1, garrisons a lot of times held certain abilities. They would give you more resources, they would give you higher tech level. In this game, garrisons are literally just defensive aspects. This could change when the Halo Wars 2 game finally does release, but I think we need to have a little bit more aspect, a little bit more focus on these garrisons, make them useful, make me want to go into them. Right now, I have literally no use for it. Air units in general definitely need a buff. Now, it is ironic that I'm using vultures as the gameplay for this. Vultures are one of the only air units that don't need a buff. They don't necessarily need a nerf, but they don't need a buff. Air units don't see a lot of play in my games. I don't really ever see anyone taking out bases or doing a lot of damage with air units. I think they definitely need a buff. Locusts and other building killers. Now, I had heard a couple of you say in my comments that locusts are really powerful, Luke. You gotta use a locust. I've tried locusts. For how many I've used and how many I think I should be able to kill a base with, they don't really do that much damage. The locusts, in this clip I have 8 locusts, and they're not really able to kill a small base very quickly, whereas 8 locusts in Halo Wars 1 would have decimated even a large base. The locusts and other building killers like the jump pack brutes really need to be buffed if they want to see better usage in Halo Wars 2. If I build half of my army dedicated to killing buildings, I should be able to kill buildings pretty damn effectively. And the last thing on my list is artillery. Artillery definitely needs a buff. In the video I have Kodiaks, but there is also the Covenant Blisterback. Basically what artillery is, it's a long-range version of things like the Cobra in Halo Wars 1. They're able to shoot things from very far away and do lots of damage. It's something that if you set up correctly and if you take the time and skill to set one of these things up, you can take out a base pretty easily. It was something that was really popular in Halo Wars 1, and in Halo Wars 2, they just aren't that strong. You have to allocate too many resources defending them, and they just really don't do enough damage for as much as these things cost. Do you agree with me? Do you have any other ideas of what should be nerfed or buffed? Comment down below. I would love to hear what you think. YouTube is wonderful, and comments are my favorite part about YouTube, so please comment down below. I read all my comments. The Halo Wars 2 beta was really fun in my opinion. Near the end, after my Hellbringer video came out, a lot more people were using that rush, and it didn't really feel as fun since that rush is hella OP. But in my opinion, I think the Halo Wars 2 beta did well. I think a lot of people that maybe weren't into Halo Wars 2 or Halo Wars got into it this time around. I'm excited for the next beta to come out and of course the full game to release. I hope 343 watches this video or at least has an idea of what topics were talked about in this video. I hope you guys agree with me as well, but again, comment down below if you don't. Thank you all for watching, stay notable, and I'll see you in the next video.